It was all down to Edwin Tucker, who had that wonderful Victorian energy for growth.
Yeah, and I think it helped as well that he was a farmer, and that's where we begin our process today.
Here we are today on a nice sunny day for a change. We're cutting spring barley on Dartmoor for Tucker's Maltings, which we're very proud to work with. They assist us throughout the season and they see the crop right the way through to harvest. It's great growing for a local company. It gives us great reward and it gives us much more enjoyment in actually thinking our produce we're growing is going to end up in our local pub. We can talk about it at night as we serve our second pint. We've really become really good farmers after 3 pints, and then we wake up to reality in the morning with the rain.
It's not easy growing barley that's good enough for malting, but we're willing to pay a premium for it so that it works out well for both us and the farmer. Ultimately, we want the best barley possible to enable us to start the process here at Tucker's.
First thing we do is size the barley through this screener, which is around 116 years old, still going, outliving me on it, and basically extracts all the straw and the stone through this sieve system here. Then it goes down to a cylinder, which is like a centrifugal force system, gravity fed thing. All the light barley goes down into bags for animal feed for farmers. Hey, hello. Yeah, so all the plump stuff, all the large barley, is all full of starch, which we want. So we get plenty of sugar for the brewery, and then that can all go up into the elevator up to our steeping tanks.
After steeping, it's down to our traditional malt floors where we have to care for it. There's no other way of putting it. It's alive and we have to care for it.
Well, basically,
You don't know how to start it.
no, I don't know how to get going. It's the laying that's the skill, spreading it, like, you know. There is an old-fashioned skill where you flick it out and you turn the shovel and you make it flick out and it comes nice and level.
Yeah, so it lays all like a billiard table.
That's
on it.
right,
You
yeah.
know, it's basically down to the flicking of... I got him wrong again. Try out with it. Yeah. You toss it in the air to get it to lay evenly, so the brewer gets a good extract.
Yeah.
It's not going to get a good extract if it's all different thicknesses and it's all growing in different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it from my father,
Yeah.
because he was here for 47 years. And of course, I've been here 33 years, so I'm catching up.
Yeah, I'm getting older now, like, you
Yeah,
know.
that's right. Leave it to the younger ones.
That's right, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You got it, yeah. Tim does it differently to me.
Yeah.
I sort of work my way back around the heap to try to like work my footprints all out. So when I finish the little bit in the middle, I just skim it over and I work back to the next heap. Far more easier to work with if it's level. It is, you know, regards machining and raking and all sorts.
It's quite ironic that something we were doing here over 100 years ago can be so current and sought after in this day and age.
Yeah, everyone is after slowly, naturally produced food these days, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it's an unhurried, gentler process, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And mass produced isn't always best.
No. By designing this amazing building, Edwin Tucker and his sons created one big production line, controlling temperature and humidity and using for its day state-of-the-art machinery. And then it's up to the kilns, where I suppose we get to cook in the flavour. And that's great because that flavour then goes into the brewer's beers. He then brings these beers back to the tap house and we get to drink them here. So we've seen the whole thing go from field to glass, and I just think that's great.
Yeah, and we've got a brewer coming here tonight to do a tap takeover. And he'll be treated like a bit of a celebrity because everybody wants to know what he's going to brew next. And I think that's just brilliant.
Yeah.
We use Tucker's because we think it's the best malt in the world. I love going around and talking about it. I talk about it a lot when I go to Italy because the way you guys make malt is very much akin to the slow food movement that the Italians are doing. And it's that slow process that you use that brings out a lot more depth of flavor and a lot more complexity that people really love.
A lot of people talk about hops. Hops is a big thing, but they don't talk about malt enough, do they?
Yeah, I mean, hops are fantastic, and I love hops, but ultimately, malt is the base of the beer that you have to build everything upon, and there's no point in using fantastic hops if you're using inferior malt, so I think it's really worth paying the right amount of money for a good quality malt. And you go around and you see a traditional producer like yourselves, and you come in this place and you feel the history and you feel the passion, very much like, you know, the beers that we make, and that's what we want translating into the beer, and that's why we love Tucker's, and that's why we use it, because it's the best.
Good to hear.
Most importantly, in the beer, you can taste it. So, you know, long may it continue. Cheers. Cheers.
I just feel so proud to have worked for Tucker's.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, I'm laughing. Sorry.